So many of you may have this problem. You turn on the heat on a cold day and all you get is cold air, which even if you get used to it, it's a pain because you can't defrost the windows and you're constantly wiping the front, the sides, and it's annoying and also somewhat dangerous. And oftentimes the problem is the heater core, which is a part of the car's cooling system that usually is behind the engine, and you can see those two copper lines going from the engine into the firewall, and as the air blows through that, it will blow hot air into the car. But if hot water is not circulating through these two lines, the air is going to be cold. What often happens in older cars is sediment from rust and also products designed to fix leaks will clog some of the tubes inside there so that water will never flow this way. Water will simply stop here and here, and no water will flow back there. And the trick is to take these two off and try to find a way to wash some of the debris out of there so water can more fully flow. It's a pain because it's a cold day, so you may have to find a day when it's not, your hose isn't frozen, but theoretically it's possible to wash that out to restore heat to the inside of the car. We'll give that a try. So the first step, using a pliers, you have to remove these two clamps and take the hoses off the copper lines. Old car, this could be a pain. These could be a little tight. This case they're not, because I did this about a year and a half ago. I need a hands-free camera. Now, the clamps are off, but pulling these hoses can be also a bit of a pain. A little stuck. So if they're badly stuck, like in my situation, you may have to use a screwdriver to loosen these hoses. Hopefully you don't want to be too rough because these copper lines are not extremely thick. You don't want to crack them. So I pulled off the lines. As you can see, there's water in the lines, but water is supposed to flow from the engine through here into the cabin of the car, then back out. But no water came out of here because this is probably clogged. Always check to see the water in the radiator is not low. And it's not, but it's a little cloudy because I used some of those liquids that plug leaks over the summer. And that's probably what caused this problem or made it worse. Okay, so this is the worst part of this. My regular hose is frozen. So I had to have another hose in the house. Or you could take your regular garden hose if it's full of ice and bring it in the house and wait for it to melt and mop up the mess. So it's about 30 degrees today, so I only have a few minutes to work. If I take too long, this hose is going to freeze up. This is the part I really hate, but no matter what you do, you're probably going to get wet. You have to push the hose up against one of these lines and try to get the water to go through. It's probably going to be stuck at first. It's going to come out a little bit and it's going to spray out the way you're putting it in. Then try and go back and forth. You want to get the water to flow out fairly quickly from both directions. So can't really film this because my phone is going to get probably wet. But that's what I'm going to do. Okay, here goes. This water is going too strong. Let me cut that down. You need it to be enough force to unclog whatever's in there. If you can't get flow on one side, try the other. As you can see, I'm putting water in some force and it's barely trickling out, which means there's a lot of crap in there. So I'm going to carefully try and turn up the pressure on the hose. Again, you're working fast because if it's cold out, it's going to freeze up. Then again, you don't want to do it so fast that you knock the hose off the line. Yeah, it's cold out here for this shit. Oh, shit. So you want a decent amount of water to be coming out. At the left side, there is some water coming out. So the more water flows through, the more hot water is going to be able to circulate through the heater core and into your car when it's running. So you can see there's a fairly decent amount of water flowing through the heater core at this point, which is coming about on the right. Do this as long as you can stand to and as long as your hands don't freeze and the hose doesn't freeze. Make sure you get as much sediment out of the heater core as possible.